very tiny. How's everyone doing? Why does this taste like mint? I didn't buy mint. Haas, thank you for the follow. Yeah, I mean, it's needed. I'm still setting up the stream on my side, so I gotta. I can still talk to people. I just gotta set up window captures and all that. That's it. Oh, that was easy. Transition. Wham. We're here. And I'm eating an ice cream cone. Don't tell Kosti I'm eating on stream. He'll ground me. How are you, Charlie? Are you playing tonight? It didn't work. It worked on my end. Okay. Well, the music's gone now. Alright, looks like we just gotta set up a new one. No, you're not playing? Why not? Apparently that's a thing. Not what I want. Yeah. What's up with my capture? This is being all funky. Maybe I just shut everything down? I'm sorry, everyone, give me a second. There. There. Huh. But it's broken. I need to restart the stream. I'm sorry, everyone. At least I think I do. Hold on. Okay, this one's not broken. But this one's broken. Oh, wait, there it is. It's no longer broken. Yay. Didn't need to restart the stream. Look at that. We did it. We did it. There's no music now. I know, it's really awkward having to just hear my voice. Ugh, and to think this is in my head most of the time. Boop, boop, boop. I don't know. Oh no, I'm pretty dark actually. This I tend to put on a lighter side. You're welcome. Spotify, music on. Cool. Hello. How's it going? How shall? There you go. I like it. Have you guys had the miniature cones from Trader Joe's? This could be a really big cone, and that could be a giant. Or it could actually be a miniature cone. I'm really curious who Neve Storth is. can't talk. Hello. You love the ginger candies they have at Trader Joe's? I haven't had them. I'll try them. What teas do you like? I think I updated this. Hold on. Exclamation mark play. Nice. Nice. It broke off and it was a really big piece. I know it's still a little like ice cream, but like I had the entire thing in my mouth and it was really cold. I haven't. So is it like a fresh tea that you like a bag, or is it like an iced tea that they have? I want to try both of them, but I kind of just want like an iced tea situation. Bags? Yeah, no. See, I drink loose leaf tea. I have a little ducky. You fill with tea and it floats. I also have a unicorn that you put tea in it and it also floats. And yeah, and you make tea that way. But I like tea bags. They're good too. Gotcha. Yes, Seth. There's two where I live, and one is significantly further than the other. And I go to the one that's further just because they have parking. The one that is closer to me is downtown, but parking is impossible. So I don't even bother. It's not that much farther. It's like 5 extra minutes. But still, when the one's 8 minutes away, 5 minutes, more minutes seems like a long time. Oh, all right, everyone, make sure you join the arena. Oh, that's the wrong one. Bullet. The super burrito. Ooh, that sounds awesome. Hey, Arkita, you never answered me. Is it bagged tea, the pomegranate? Or is it like an iced tea? Or is out here in the memes by saying bags for me, telling me that it's bags? Hold on, gotta get my second cone. It's bags? Alright. Gotta get my second cone. These things are so tiny. You gotta have more than one. If you just eat one of these, it's like eating one potato chip. Bag supremacy. All right. Why is it minty? Like I don't eat mint tea like I eat chocolate. Or like I don't like mint in my chocolate. I like mint. I like chocolate. Don't like them mixed together. One exception. The mint thins from the Girl Scouts. Yeah, those are nice. Hey, Giant Slalom, how's it going? Ursus Polaris, how's it going? Let me give you guys the links. I know, right? Do you freeze them, Erikito? We're talking about food and Trader Joe's. I don't know where you are, where everyone is, but if you have a favorite Trader Joe's food, let us know. What I also really like about Trader Joe's is their barbecue pizza is pretty good. Chicken pizza, it's not bad. Oh, someone earlier. I'm so sorry. Did someone ask for a tip earlier? Oh no, it was Neve's. I can't even say it. Neve Storth asked for a tip, a silly tip, but I thought it was actually. Yeah, it's not bad. It's okay. Like the actual, I don't know, their crust can sometimes be funky. It's like hit or miss depending on the day. But like, yeah, I am. I'm awful at bullet. I'm actually awful at chess. Yeah. Neves, here's a video. If your drunk self can watch that and learn how to play, there you go. And you can just play drunk all the time, but you can only win, or you can only be that good when you're drunk, you know? And then when you're sober, you forget everything. What's good, Baron? How's it going? That's right, Drunken Master. Oh, you guys got the reference. Jameson, I'm awful at chess. I'm just here because I'm David's friend, one of the international masters that does this channel, owns the channel, and I run tournaments for him. Now, apparently, I have nothing better to do on a Friday night. Nice. Nice, Baron. All right. Jameson, do you know him personally, or do you just know them from in here? Gotcha. There we go. Now you know what it does. We're just running arena and 2 arenas tonight. I know, right? Well, don't blame me. Blame my wife, because she asked me for ice cream. I gave her ice cream, and then I was like, now I want ice cream too. So that's why I'm eating. So I'm gonna blame my wife for making all of us fat. I know. They've actually done, like, I don't know how like serious of studies they were, but they've done some studies, and apparently men eat more when there are women around. And women eat less when there are men around. But when women are together, I think they eat more together. And when men are together, they eat less. Yeah, I think I'm making my point. Gotta bulk. Baron, I've been bulking for years. Then any day now, I'll lose these gains any day now. It's always bulking season, right? Always bulking season. Ooh, that sounds healthy. That sounds good, actually. Peppermint tea. Oh, if you ignore the whole pizza. I had pizza for lunch. There's 2 slices from the leftovers Little Caesar. Little Caesars is awful, by the way. Hashtag not ad. I'm sorry. I hope they're not watching this. Erikito, so true. So true. I think I own like two. It's mainly sweat, like just shorts, like gym shorts at this point. Just gym shorts all the time. That is life. Hey, Keto. It's caught up to me. It's caught up to me. I didn't see either of them. I just watched the dojo a little bit with Jesse, Kostya, and David when they were doing the Magnus versus Nepo match. No, Eric, I got you. It's not that I'm not active, but it's just, it is hard. Just, we got a bot follow. How was it? How was the 960? Do you all like 960? We could do 960 on here one night. No. It's nice because it keeps you out of theory. My You have a talent for editing streams. Speaking of Trader Joe's, I'm not allowed to tell you where I got this shirt, but I got this shirt and a few more. But anyway, what was I gonna say? Yeah, absolutely. Neves. Is it Neves Torth or is it Neve Storth? It matters to me. I guess there are other options as well, but I'm gonna just assume it's one of those. Neve Storth. Got it. Got it. That's funny. Alright, everyone. We got about 6 minutes left until it starts. No, I know what it is. I know what it is. But I'm just making sure, you know? I don't know. My own. Did I not type it in right? Is MoveBot broken? Yo, MoveBot ignored me. Dude. MoveBot ignored me. What is that? You guys saw that, right? Oh, I wonder who this friend request is from. Nice, nice. We have about 11 people. We're at 12. Good, good. We'll have more, even more, anytime now. So what's everyone up to this weekend? Anything special? Michiko, hi. How's it going? You ready to destroy some people? Ready to destroy some noobs, Michiko? Football starting this weekend? Nice. 95th birthday? Wow. That's awesome. That's awesome. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Akito. Yeah, I get that feeling. I understand that. I understand that. Oh man, yeah. All right. Am I doing anything this weekend? I was supposed to have friends come over, but they ended up getting a cold, so they're not coming over anymore. Because we live in that age. But no, probably not. Just gonna just probably go hang out at the pool with my kid. He seems to enjoy that. Sick friends, get rid of him. Yeah. um, what else? Oh, one of this weekends, I'm planning on having David and his family come over. We're gonna go to the pool and have some sort of meal here. I'm gonna try to convince him to do a stream with me while we're both in the same room. That'd be fun. And then he can yell at me in person about how bad my chess is. It's true. Um, no, no, not exactly. About probably an hour and a half. No, no, no. He's in on the west coast. Let's see. All right. He was in Hawaii a few weeks ago. Hmm. Right now there are 16 players. We'll get more though. Usually we get several more as this begins. Good evening, chess numbers. Yes, Neves. Yes. Neve, yes. Yeah, I messaged two people and then I couldn't find the third that I don't know. Do you want to hop on? Is that what you're asking? Chess numbers? I know, Neve, but it just flows better in my mind. We can get you in here. It'll take me all of 45 seconds to set it up. Perfect. All right. Let me open Zoom up. Alright, chess numbers. I just sent you a message, a link. Oh, I just realized something. Sorry, you're gonna need. Sorry, you're gonna need. Good evening, Stamen. How's it going? Good evening, Stamen. How's it going? Oh no, Streamception. And I think. Okay. Oh, you're able to make it on here without the code. Interesting.
I just click join.
Yeah. Yeah. No. It's fine. This is perfect. 45 seconds are up. Oh, Neve, you're gonna do that to me? Hold on. Almost ready. All right, hold on. How's your day going?
Doing pretty good.
Good.
Made it through a long week, and here we are.
And no, he is not. He is not David Bruce. Everyone, I'm fully aware. Sorry, give me. right. Put you down
Thanks,
there.
Jameson.
All right. And that's not David Bruce, everyone. Give me a second.
Very much not.
Let's see. What?
Oh. Wow, David has changed. Yeah.
Wow, David has changed. You're going to be getting that for a little bit.
It's gotten a lot worse at chess, too.
Let's see. Chess numbers. Oh, look at that. That's close enough. Oh no. Right there. Alright, that's good enough. Alright, everyone. How's that? Cool. Now I had to figure this out on the, here it is. Cool. Done. We're in here. We're looking at games. So do you want to tell people about yourself?
I mean, I hate doing that, but I probably should, I guess, right?
There you go.
So my name's Ty. I'm 37. I've been playing chess since I was 5, but very on and off. Just, every time I got into it a little, I'd lose interest long enough to forget everything. So I never really got too good, but always loved the game. And I've been in an on-again phase with chess since about beginning of the year, and hoping this time it sticks.
Okay.
Looking hopefully to get back into over the board at some point. I have played periodically before, 1543 USCF, but that's 8 years old, so who knows?
Right.
And then the chess numbers name is, of course, because I'm also just a huge stats geek and have a blog, Chess by the Numbers, where I do a lot of statistical analysis of chess, mostly tournament odds and tracking prodigies and that kind of thing.
That's cool. Now, have you turned those numbers into use for evil purposes?
No, I haven't.
Right.
I would.
You haven't studied percentages of what people win with what and this and that, and then based your entire chess around that.
So I try as much as possible to keep my analysis not about anything that actually happens over the board or in the course of a game. I feel like I'm not good enough at chess to contribute to that side of things, so I keep my analysis instead focused on based on results. So it's using ratings to drive everything. Overall, my goal is to try to provide context that can hopefully, if it works out, make professional tournaments more interesting to follow.
Sure.
It's fun to watch a high level game anyway, but knowing exactly what's at stake for the tournament situation, knowing how the odds will flip with one result or another, I feel adds to the tension a little. And so my hope is by putting stuff like that out there and trying to frame not just the numbers, but also some context around it, I can also offer the same to whoever's reading.
Sure. No, yeah, that makes sense.
Which,
And So what got you into numbers and I heard you. No, you weren't speaking today, but you were chatting a little bit in chat today earlier this morning. And you used to do baseball and stuff like that too, or what?
Yeah, so baseball's probably where my interest in stats started. I was a baseball fan from the time I was a little kid, and by high school I was calling baseball my religion.
Ever have dreams of playing in the pros?
Dreams, sure. Never had a chance. I only made varsity as a senior because they weren't going to cut me after 4 years, so I just sat on the bench, but wasn't actually good at playing. But the stats side was always there. I'm probably the only 10-year-old you would have ever met who said, when I want to grow up, what do you want to do when you grow up? Oh, I want to be the official scorekeeper for a Major League Baseball team.
Wow.
That was my answer at age 10.
That's funny. That's
I knew I wasn't going to play pro ball, though of course I would have loved to. But I wanted to be the official scorekeeper. And
that's a job.
Right? And so that's where I learned how to, that's not me. Sorry, distracted by actual games. Are we supposed to cover those?
Well, whatever. We're in there.
It's just Blitz. But anyway, but no, so I, back before all the video games had, full season career mode, stat tracking and everything internally, I had RBI 3 baseball for my Nintendo, which all you could do is play one game at a time.
Okay.
So that was when I learned how to use spreadsheets. I pulled a schedule and one game at a time played out the game on the Nintendo, keeping score by hand. And after each game, I'd go into, I can't say Excel, that was Microsoft Works 2.0 back then, but I'd go into my spreadsheet and enter the results of the game and have I had a season of stat tracking. And the first Excel formula I think I ever did was dividing hits by at bats so I could have a batting average category column and stuff like that. So that is where I became a self-taught spreadsheet geek, was setting up my own stat tracking for my baseball video game. And I don't know, it always grew from there. And then in college years, the interest shifted a little from baseball to college football because of the BCS. I know a lot of people hated the BCS formulas and all their computer stuff, but obviously I'm an exception, and I instead started developing my own computer ranking formulas for college football, particularly after the Ducks got left out of the 2001 National Championship. I'm from Eugene, Oregon. Go Ducks! Beat Ohio State tomorrow, come on! We're only 15-point underdogs. Sure, we can do that. But, so yeah, I kind of switched over to football, got into sports betting a little bit at one point in time. And
how did that turn out for you?
I had one profitable year, and then they passed the UIGEA, and I quit rather than trying to figure out how to bypass it.
Okay.
But my 1 year where I was actively betting was profitable.
That's good. That's good. Now, do you participate with DraftKings now or no?
Nah, I never got back into it once Waze started to exist.
Yeah.
I moved off it. But then somewhere along the line, like I said, I've been a chess fan my whole life.
Sure.
On and off, but somewhere along the line I started following pro chess a little more.
Okay.
In the 2012, 2013 range or so is I think when I started getting into it. And so I went out looking for the kind of stats that I was interested in, that I assumed were out there. and couldn't find a lot of what I was looking for. So I started building my own spreadsheets to answer the questions I had. And then I started posting them on message boards, and people seemed to be interested. And in 2015, I'm like, I guess I could create a blog and post my stuff there. No one will read it, but hey, I'll put that up. And
there you go. And were people reading it?
People did, more than I expected. And so that lasted a year and a half or so, and then I got too busy and the blog faded out. But then Queen's Gambit really got me back into the game last fall, and relaunched the blog in January with Tata Steel. And then shortly after I covered that tournament on the blog, I'm like, I got the itch to play again. And
sure, I mean, that's how a lot of us came in here. Someone has a question for you. Can you explain, or can you briefly talk about how you track prodigies? And quick thank you to LKY77 for the follow.
Absolutely, Jameson. So the Prodigy Watch side of the blog is something I haven't relaunched that much yet, but I really need to. The reason I didn't relaunch it when I first started is because of the pandemic. The kids had all lost a year, and none of their ratings were really fairly comparable, but it was really the main feature of the blog back the first run in 15-16, and still a big interest. So yeah, that was one of those questions I couldn't find a good answer to. People there were lists of who was the youngest player to hit 2,700 or 2,600, or who was the youngest GM, and that was like the end of the information that I could find to really compare individual prodigies with each other and see, is someone good for their age, or are they historically great? Are they setting records, or what is the record for at any random age? If you see a kid who seems impressive, how do you know how impressive they really are? So I went through and put together a database of just every rating by month of every player, and then built some queries on it.
1 second. Versus players, why don't you should probably just restart whatever you're playing on, and then hit new game after that. If it keeps kicking you out, that has to be really annoying. And anyone else that's in chat that's interested in playing, there's the link. We're doing the blitz right now, and then we'll do bullet afterwards. And yeah, go ahead, and after you finish with this statement, Seth has a question for you.
I see that, Seth. Yeah, so Prodigy Watch, it's just a database, and every month when a new rating list comes out, I put it in, and then that lets me line up, I can by age, what are the highest ratings anyone's ever achieved at a given age, or so that it just gave me the data I needed for comparison. I've made sure to get every player who's ever hit 2,700 plus in there. And Nick's, it's just the each month, each rating on the official list. So I don't tie it to specific performances. But yeah, it's just, so pick an age and go from there. So for a player that I might be tracking, it'll be how old are they? What are the list of all the highest ratings ever achieved at or before that age? What's their rating? Where does it line up? Do they have the highest? Does this 14-year-old have the highest rating any 14-year-old has ever had? If not, how many players were higher? That's sort of the measurement there. I call it the Prodigy rank, and track that. And so theoretically, when it's back up and running again, I will be updating every month and recalculate everyone's Prodigy rank, and if new kids burst onto the scene, make sure they get added to the database and take a look at it. And so that's the basic process for how I do the tracking. And I really do need to get back into that side of it. I followed Mishra quite a bit on his GM hunt, but that was still more tournament analysis, trying to figure out whether he could get the norms or not. Switching to the ELO inflation topic, that's a great question, Seth, because I'm not 100% sure that ELO inflation has really continued. It seems to have leveled off a bit, but I haven't seen a good analysis since the one that Sonus did back in about 2008, I think it was. And so the ratings inflation to that point was really well demonstrated, but I haven't seen anyone go back and apply that methodology to the ratings since. And I don't know that inflation has continued. It seems like the number of players in the top 40 or the rating that gets you into the top 10 have been relatively stable about as long as I've been covering stuff actively, at least. And I think even going back a little before I started. So if rating inflation, which was very real for a good chunk of time, if it has leveled off, that is kind of relevant to, because it would mean that while you can't compare a player today to a player from the 80s and just look at the raw rating numbers next to each other and have it mean anything, you might be able to compare to better than people think. Because a lot of people assume, like, you look at a kid today versus a kid in 2008, but rating inflation doesn't matter it doesn't matter who's breaking the record. And I'm not sure that it doesn't matter. I think if the ratings have been stable in that range, but I haven't done the full analysis. I really do need to. It's on I've got a long list of things that I want to do, but also the whole blog thing is a hobby, and I have ADHD, and lists of things I want to do isn't the same as things I get done.
Okay. Yeah, we obviously all, not all, I have that bit of a problem too. There's about a billion things I want to do.
Right.
Now
the rating inflation one's fascinating.
Yeah, and apparently I didn't know this, but Ursus Polaris wants you to invent a rating for 960. I didn't know that it didn't have one.
I mean, it's easy enough to invent a rating. I did it for the Champions Chess Tour because those games were all unrated and it was kind of a unique format. But it's just, I need a data set. I don't know where to get a good comprehensive list of 960 games. If I had the list, I could apply the ELO formula to it easily enough.
Right. The ELO formula. How do you feel about that formula?
I like it. It has some flaws, but it's so connected with just chess and chess culture that it's supernatural to use it.
Right.
For all of my chess analysis, despite a few flaws that I know it has. Technically, Ursus doesn't use the exact formula that...
okay.
It doesn't use the exact formulas that Arpadillo named, but it uses the same principle. I mean, the current formula, it's still the same principle. There's some minor tweaks versus how the original work laid it out, but it still uses something close enough that I'd say they are a form of ELO rankings. And you say chess doesn't use that. Even obviously different federations have their own unique things. The USCF ratings have a few little factors in it that FIDE doesn't use, and like the USCF's bonus points thing is a little different. So all ratings are a little tweaked. I put a few goofy things in my Champion Chess Tour ratings. I actually made a point to account for color in the game. Okay. So two equally rated players who, under the regular formula, if you have a K factor of 20, which is what the K factor is how fast ratings go up and down. So in FIDE classical ratings, the K factor is 10, which means if you're equal players and there's a decisive result, the winner gains 5 points and the loser loses 5. If the K factor is 20, it's gain 10, lose 10.
Okay.
And that's what FIDE uses, K factor of 20 for their rapid rating. So I used 20 for the Champions Chess Tour because it was rapid, but I also tweaked it with ratings so that essentially equal players, if white wins, white only gains 9 and black only loses 9, but if black wins, they gain 11 and white loses 11. So that was a random little adjustment that I threw in for that because it just makes sense. There is a known advantage for white.
Right.
And Seth, those are good follow-up questions on the inflation. You're asking why is there rating inflation, or was there? Since ELO ratings are relative, it's just comparing players to each other. That's why you can't compare like a Lichess and a chess.com rating because they're just separate pools, and the rating tells you how you are compared to other people in your same pool. But if you're 200 points better than someone, it doesn't matter, and you're in the same pool, that difference is an implied probability for your games. It's not relevant to a different pool. So why there would be inflation within a pool has to do with presumably, and that was a question that when it was really first identified by Sonus, he didn't have an answer to, but I do think it probably had to do with the expanding pool. I think a lot more people started becoming FIDE rated during the time period when rating inflation was really hitting, and the fundamental caliber of the pool shifted enough that in addition to while the relative ratings held, that changed the bar for where a top player had to land. But I haven't dug into that enough to prove it. That's more a suspicion.
Okay. So, in terms of like so ELO for chess at least, when did the formula more or less change?
I don't know all the history of exactly when they've tweaked the way the ratings formula is calculated. I know it's been tweaked a number of times.
Okay. And okay. And are you able to compare? You can't compare someone from the 1970s to today by using ELO. I'm assuming.
Not without some major adjustments of some kind.
Okay.
But if you look at the top 10 list from back then, you'll see that players that were, top couple in the world were just rated way lower than the top players are today. And Nigel Short yelled at me about that on Twitter once. That was funny.
You did?
In playing with my, I was just playing with my Prodigy stuff, and I was curious how long players had taken to between hitting 2600 and then hitting 2700.
Mm-hmm.
What were the shortest and longest gaps? Because that's sort of, someone kind of mentioned the concept of players plateauing and then having bursts through, and I was curious about looking into some of those plateaus and who hits 2600 and just keeps cruising versus who's hit 2600 and sat there for several years before they broke through to 27. And in the process of looking at that, I noticed Nigel Short had the longest time span, and I tweeted out the list because I thought it was amusing, not trying to imply that it actually carried any real meaning. Right. And he jumped in. He saw it and jumped in with a big comment thread about, but I was ranked number 2 in the world, and you can't compare ratings from then to now, and you should know better. And I'm like, what? It's just funny. Yeah, ratings were different when you hit 2600, and it's not an insult to say you weren't 2700 when only Bobby Fischer was, but right. But it was funny. I thought he disagreed. So, but no, those the questions of rating plateaus and when people sort of hit a level are very interesting to me. Really early on, when I was just looking at numbers and I didn't have much, hadn't been looking at it long enough and didn't have that much context.
Sure.
That was right when, in that range when I was first starting all this analysis. Vache Lagrave had a good tournament and went from like 27-10 to like 27-40 with one really good event. And I went and looked at his rating history and said, he's been right around 2,700 for 5 years in a row. I bet that's probably his true rating. The jump is almost certainly just he got lucky. And I'd bet dollars to donuts that regression to the mean means he's going to drop down. And a few months later, he was 2,780. And in time, I came to realize that's actually not so uncommon to have like that 5-year plateau at some rating and then all of a sudden have a breakthrough. And in retrospect, looking back at it and looking back at how old he was at the time, I shouldn't have been quite so certain that it was just a fluke. Sometimes rating gains are just a fluke and
right.
Luck happens and then you drop back to where you were. But that was, in retrospect, that particular jump that I called out was in fact pretty typical.
Wow.
And so now I keep an eye out for when it might happen.
So what sorry, I'm just looking at this game and that king getting so close to the other king is scaring me.
Yeah, there's the clocks are scaring me.
I think it's gonna be a draw by
2.2.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh. Wow.
That's what I would do. That's my move. What are you doing? Why'd you steal that from me?
Yay for Blitz. Oh, that is painful and classic.
Yeah.
Oh, I know it
so
well.
You're gonna hear from my lawyers from copyright infringement on that one.
C'est la blie, Ericino, yes. Oh, man. Ouch. I'm in pain.
Yeah. Oof.
Much better to be commentating than to be the one doing that, which is normally crazy.
Man. So, I didn't hear. Is that a free pawn? Is that a free pawn? Am I wrong? There, and I go there. Another free pawn. No, I mean there was an escape. But I got escaping soon, but like that shrimp. I got you. So in terms of chances, what are your numbers at for world champion?
So my spreadsheet only looks at ELO, which I hinted earlier that there are some flaws there in the formula, and I think they're magnified in a world championship match. So that's an important caveat. But based on rating,
Elo alone.
In a 14-game match with draw rates that are typical for a world championship, a 60-point rating differential translates to the favorite having about a 93% chance of winning, which they're about 60 points off from each other right now. So that would put Nepo at maybe 7%. Realistically, I think there's a few factors that ignores the power of prep, and so there's some uncertainty. The ELO formula counts for this like statistical uncertainty of sometimes the favorite loses a chess game, and if the rating differential accurately represents the skill differential, it's a pretty good way to predict things. But there's some additional uncertainty around what kind of form they'll be in, what prep they'll show up with in a world championship match specifically, that I don't think that accounts for. So my gut tells me Nepo's closer to the 10 to 15% chance range. But I do think he's a pretty dramatic underdog. Even if the spreadsheet's perhaps a tiny bit excessive, I think there's a lot of people who have been forgetting recently that Magnus is really good at chess, and that's continued to be true. I keep seeing a lot of comments in like chats and stuff in various places saying, "Oh, he's struggling. He's in so much trouble. Champions Chess Tour. He has a couple bad events where he, still makes the knockouts and then doesn't make the final." And people are like, "Oh, Magnus is done." But he's sitting on top of the Champions Chess Tour standings over the course of 9 tournaments. He came out. He won as many as anyone. He won 3. Wesley won 3, and and Magnus picked up more points because one of his wins was a major. I mean, he didn't actually struggle in the Champions Chess Tour, despite the impression. So I think a lot of people hold him to expectations that mathematically are like what a 3,000 ELO should do. And then when he doesn't achieve them, they say he's underperforming. But Magnus is really good at chess, and nothing has really convinced me otherwise. He didn't win Tata Steel. He might not win Norway Chess Rapport with the second. There's only been 2 decisive games, and Rapport's won both of them, and he's got a big standings lead. 6 rounds left. Magnus is predicted to score the most, but they're each like 40% to win. That's going to be a really fun tournament to watch the end of. Magnus might not win a tournament. That happens sometimes, even to the best player in the world. I don't see any indication that the death of Magnus Carlsen is anything but an overblown myth.
Right.
So he's definitely a strong favorite. I mean, nothing against Nepo, who is a great player, but yeah.
Stand a chance.
And I mean, Eric Ito points out a lot of the criticism came from some, real struggles in the online in terms of making moves you don't expect. But part of that, yes, it was different to play online, and also those were all rapid games.
Right.
And if you look at over the course of the tour, you can see the struggles that Magnus has had, and if you compare them to what he does when he plays classical chess, you can look at some of those mistakes as, wow, that's not a move Magnus normally makes, but it's not a format Magnus normally plays, and you see similar mistakes and struggles from everyone else on the tour, and it's because it's fast chess, I think.
Right. Well, I don't know. I have a suspicion that Magnus is not going to give you everything he has, in a rapid online tournament.
Yeah.
I know that he wants to win. Like that, I get entirely. And if anyone wants to win, it's probably him, right?
Right.
But at the same time, like the title, the real title, is the one he's holding, and probably the one that means the most to all chess players. And that's the one where he's gonna keep all his top prep for.
Yep. So.
Yeah, Verneck, nice tactics, by the way. Yeah, those are just my feelings on that situation.
So yeah, exactly how big of a favorite, it's hard to say. There's some uncertainty that is hard to quantify. The portion that I can quantify just based on ELO says 93%. That's maybe too generous, but he's a big favorite. He's the best player in the world, and Nepo isn't, sorry. Doesn't mean Nepo can't win, and the rating differential is really similar to the edge Kasparov had over Kramnik in 2000. So if Nepo shows up with something match-changing in the way that the Berlin Wall was match-changing for Kramnik, anything could happen. But it's a 14-game match. That's a pretty large sample size, pretty good opportunity for the higher class to show itself. Mm-hmm. So I have Magnus as a pretty big favorite. I don't have an official number that is my prediction, but around 85 to 90% seems pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
To win that match.
I'm excited. We're about, what are we at? 2 months? 2.5 months?
Yeah. Less than 2.5. Is it 2.5? When does that actually start? November 24th. Yeah. 2 months and 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Exactly 2.5. How about that?
Amanda, yes, but he doesn't have as many bad jokes. All right.
Oh, I forgot to be making my jokes.
Oh, man.
You got me talking about something I care about, and I went all serious mode.
It happens.
Toughest challenge to Magnus is a question.
It's a good bad. It's like dad jokes aren't necessarily good, but they are. You know? It's a compliment.
They are. They just are.
More jokes, please. There you go. Do you tell jokes?
My wife would say no.
There you go.
But that would be a directive, not a statement describing the world. Don't try to tell jokes. Would be her recommendation, but she's asleep, so.
Don't hurt her.
And yes, as Seth guesses, my inclination is to say Fabi. He is the number 2 rated player in the world, although he's dropped, and he's only a point ahead of Ding for that title right now. I think a match with
Thanks, Putsy.
a match with Ding Liren would be fascinating, because both Ding and Magnus Carlsen have really strong ability to not lose chess games.
Right. Hold on.
That would be a match where if you used one of the old school formats of first to 6 wins or whatever, that could go forever. But that'd be a really fascinating matchup.
Now it's 14, right?
This one is 14 games, best of, and moves to tie breaks with faster games if it's tied 7-7. Oh, Kostya in chat.
Hi, Kostya.
Hey, hello.
Hi, Kostya. Just treat your channel nicely, I hope. Amanda, you can't give us the answer right away. You got to give me a minute.
Answer in the question?
We need bad jokes. Kostya, do you have a bad joke? I mean, a good joke?
Yeah, I popped into chat.
Amanda just gave us a joke and she just put the answer right along. I need a second. All right. Why? Wait. What is it? I had a popsicle joke the other day. Oh, come on. You tried. I know you tried. And I thank you for that. I thank you so much for that. Seth, I know, Seth. I'm teasing. Okay.
Why is it boring to watch two artists play chess? Sounds like one. It's going to be because they always draw.
Yeah, that's it. What do you call a magician who lost his magic?
Ian.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Oh man, everyone's in it now.
Bring it.
Bring it. Alright, is this a tactic? Is that lost?
How many kings does it take to screw in a light bulb?
How many kings does it take to screw in a light bulb?
I am stumped on that one.
Yeah, Neve Stewart has the right idea.
Yeah, I mean, everyone. I was thinking like the Queen will do it or something, but doesn't quite sound like a correct answer here.
All right, I give up, Kostya. It's on you.
Kostya with the instructive
notes. Those are the kind of jokes they tell at Soviet School of Chess. The one that Kostya went to.
Why did the chicken cross the road? To activate the king in the endgame.
There you go. Why did the king cross the road? Because it was the endgame. Now get active. I don't know. I'm out of jokes.
Jokes on the spot doesn't work that well for me.
No.
I'm best at coming up with jokes when no one wants to hear them.
There you go. I like that.
What do cats eat for breakfast?
Breakfast, meowfist, fish,
Meowlets?
milk, bits, milk and bits. I don't know. Oh my god. What do cow eat? The cat.
Doesn't matter what they eat as long as they activate their king at the end game.
That's the answer. That's the answer.
Mice Krispies. Oh, that is good.
I like it.
I was stuck on my pampered house cat. I forgot the whole cats eat mice thing.
This? Was it trapped? I don't know. My squid face.
Speaking of cats, someone was meowing at the door.
missed that. Oh. No, I like that last joke. That last joke was nice.
It was mice.
Was mice. That last joke was mice from it. Wow. Oh man. Renek, let's see what you're up to. Kostya, you want to join? Here's the link, Kostya. Wait. Someone put another one? Another joke? Ah. Alright. No other jokes. I got excited, as you can tell. It's the little things, you know?
No, Amanda, keep the jokes coming. That last one was perfect.
Mice. The cat's. I like it. Nope. You're good. Perfect. Neef Sturthy. I don't give those kind of jokes. I'm really bad at like actually joke telling. I'm more about like giving jokes during situations, like making fun of like whatever's going on. If that makes any sense. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. That can be a mouthful. All these jokes have me feeling good. I like it.
Now we're having fun.
Now we're doing it. All right. Oh. New name in here. Kostya's playing a game. He has the white pieces against CM9000.
Okay, I found an article on chess.com with a list of chess jokes in it.
There you go.
So, where do chess players like to go to look for a bargain?
I don't know.
Chat?
This was a Benko, correct. The
There
shop.
it is, Baron.
There it is.
Pawn shop. Oh, the artists like to draw was on this list. What does Arnold Schwarzenegger say at the start of a chess game?
Arnold Schwarzenegger say at the start of a chess game.
Putsy. There you go.
I'll be black. I was thinking I'll be back, but then I was like, wait, that doesn't make any sense. And then black, yes, the funnies. All right, it's not a tumor. Get to the chopper.
So the odds of things like that happening, Wrath, are a lot higher in unrated blitz.
Yeah,
I had
Wrath.
one multiple games with pretty huge rating differentials and lost multiple games with huge rating differentials in the other direction in these Friday night fights. But
yeah,
1200 versus 1800. I'd want to check the age of that account.
No. Are you kidding? A few weeks ago, I beat an 18 or a 1900 in Bullet, and I'm 800 in Bullet. So, and I promise you, I wasn't cheating. Especially, not especially. I don't cheat, but like you can especially tell because I was in chat. I was like in streaming, so it's possible. And that was Bullet, not Blitz, but still.
So, I mean, if we want to talk a little about the actual what matters in analyzing ELO ratings and what are some of the weaknesses and the flaws, it's only as good as the sample size that the rating is based on. Ratings aren't always accurate to playing strength, and if you have ratings that don't reflect someone's strength, then you can't make good predictions with them. So that could easily be what happened when a 1200 beats an 800. Also, I mean, those flukes do occur. What does the actual formula say? 600 rating points. It's kind of off the charts of where the formula has cut off already. So you should be scoring pretty close to 100% with that edge, but not quite 100%. Those upsets occur. I won a blitz game against an FM once, a long time ago. That was a bigger rating differential than 600. So, things happen. Yeah, 3% sounds about right. I didn't want to go pull something up and do the calculations, but that sounds right, Dritman. And at that rating range, I'd guess that the random upset win because crazy blunders happen is probably more likely than draws. So I wouldn't think too much of that 3% comes from draw chances. So
he saw it. Oh, he saw it. No, these are not rated. These are not rated. Oh, I'm sorry, but I felt like Kostya was in trouble for a bit, and then his opponent blundered. Woo! Woo! Oh yeah. Oh, then this. Yeah, Baron, but fine. But like, I'm not saying like trouble as in like losing. I'm saying trouble as in not winning. If that makes any sense. I hope that makes sense. Why did he choose to give up the queen? I don't know.
I mean,
I think he maybe thought that Koshia pre-moved this. And if Koshia pre-moved this, then that's winning.
I mean, you hang the pawn fork with 30 seconds left. You don't need an explanation for why you do anything, but maybe there was some, probably not against Kostya, but maybe against random unknown opponent. There may be some swindle chance with Queen G4 if they just take.
Yeah. If they pre-move that, absolutely, just boom, you swindled that.
If you put the queen on G4 and they take it, you resign because you already are losing. But give them one chance to hang their queen back. That would probably work on me 10% of the time.
That's why I don't pre-move. I do, but I'm just really bad at it.
It's not the worst swindle idea in the world if that was the intent. So speaking of rating differentials, what are the odds of a win when down 2,000 points?
100%. Michiko, you got this. Don't let Kostya bully you. Don't let Kostya bully you.
Play your game.
Absolutely, we support Michiko. Let's discuss. Wait, the Dojo Championships idea?
Yeah. That was something that somehow came up and off topic. Okay. But I've been.
Is that David? Because Kostya's playing right now. I'm assuming it's David.
I'm hoping that's David. If Kostya's playing while distracted, that'd be interesting. But I doubt it's. Kostya, follow your own advice. How are we supposed to trust?
It's unrated. It's fair. It's unrated.
Fine.
Unrated.
But so yeah, it was something that somehow came up in an off-topic conversation. Something to imitate the concept of like a candidate cycle or Grand Prix or something where over the course of probably a year or some period of time we define, people can earn some sort of qualifying points by participating in all the various dojo events that exist and use that to qualify into a championship invitational at the end. And there's a lot of logistical details to figure out what would minimize cheating risk, I think, and whether we want to have significant prizes or just pride, whether we would want to do about giving lower rated players a chance to participate. I was thinking probably sort of 3 rating bands at least, to 3 separate tournaments in like a beginner, intermediate, advanced levels. I hadn't thought too much about time control for the actual championship event yet. Probably something a little more serious, but we would definitely, one of the anti-cheating measures I thought was to just try to maximize sample size. So the qualifying, we would probably count performances across any time control we run, trying to find a balance of just enough goofiness to make it a little fun,
Okay.
bind with enough seriousness to make it mean something. Yeah, there's a lot of logistical details to play with. If it was across multiple rating bands, so that there was like a beginner's championship, then what happens if someone who's earning qualifying points in that level gets better, and suddenly by the time the championship rolls around, they're intermediate strength? Which one do they land in? Blitz, rapid, classical? That could be, yeah, basing it off of the different time controls instead could be a cool way to do it. Yeah, it's something that we've been toying with in chat, and exact details
Oh, is that a thing?
to be determined, and that's oh no, Michiko's queen.
I know. For a second, I thought Michiko was white in that last move, and then I looked and I was like, wait, never mind. I got really excited for her.
Starting to think those 2,000 rating points might be enough. It's not over yet, though, right?
Yeah, Coast is pretty merciless right now. She got a bishop. She got a bishop. You got this. You got this. Ah, Kosha, you got so lucky that she ran out of time. Oh, Kosha, you got so lucky she ran out of time.
Had you otherwise.
She had you exactly where she wanted you. Such a bully.
Dead last position. How dare you?
Oh, all right. Coincidence. All right, we have a Sicilian. This is a master of the Sicilian. Oh, I missed it. I opened up that game and was reading chat while that happened. Okay. Versus the Grand Prix. Surprising. Ah.
Now there's like real chess happening suddenly.
Yeah. No, I the Grand Prix is my opening that I and I'm just wondering how a 2000 player plays it. I was actually beating a 2200 rated player until I wasn't with the Grand Prix. I blundered. I shouldn't have. It was a 5-minute game and I was holding a crying baby.
That will definitely lower your effective playing strength.
But like I was playing it so well, and then like I don't know, something happened. I just like moved something like the whatever, and then like I started losing.
I tried to play that one arena the other day with in the playpen with my kid, and he kept trying to grab my phone, and for some reason I didn't do well.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Diaz Days, thank you for the No. Thank you for the follow. I have failed you.
E4.
No, you have not, Renek. You have not. Why would you say that?
Scott, I don't have much familiarity with these types of structures. I don't play it from either side. So why don't you tell us something about what's going on in this game?
What's going on in this game? Sure. Let me flip this over to look at White's point of view. What's going here is White ended up with being a pawn down. Yeah.
The d4 push instead of taking back on e4.
Yeah, I'm just quickly
Offered the pawn.
going through this there. That's
Like
the danger. That's the danger of going knight f, knight f to e5. That move is a little dangerous because then they get their knight into d4, and it's really annoying. It's so annoying to deal with that knight. And then a lot of times they end up with a pawn up in that situation. So you got to be careful about that move. Honestly, I'm a little. It's hard to evaluate this position with Kostya playing it because he's playing everything I don't want him to.
Well, I mean, that's how you should evaluate a position. If how will this work out if my opponent plays everything I don't want them to?
Yeah, but this is like intense.
But no, black looks pretty good here. I do agree.
And I wonder if...
Hi, Amanda. Bye, Patsy. Thanks for stopping by.
Hey, thanks, Amanda. Thanks, Putsy. Appreciate it. Wait, is that knight hanging? Or is it tactically defended?
Right. Huh. Why not? World Cup. Yeah. Oh, the runs that all the kids made were spectacular. Yes, BG Cube. I haven't exactly checked individual performance ratings yet. I'm trying to cover that tournament daily. I'm gonna admit I hit semifinals and burned out.
Thanks for the follow. I'm listening, by the way. Sorry.
But definitely just the number of teenagers that made deep runs, or at least deeper than they were supposed to based on their published ELO prior to the tournament, was pretty spectacular. Obviously, most of them had played very few games in the prior year, and they're all at ages where they're supposed to be getting better rapidly, so there was some room to expect that, but I expected them to collectively overperform, but not to the degree that they collectively did. So yeah, that it was a lot of fun to watch. The fact that there's a pair of 17-year-olds who've cracked the top 100 in Nihal and Abdussatorov is pretty cool. That's younger than most people are when they break into the top 100. And they're still, I think, catching up. They've been playing a bit now that things are opening back up in the chess world, but they've probably got more catching up to do to get to their playing strength. And so no, it's been a lot of fun to watch the Prodigy start playing again, and it is 100% time for me to resuscitate my Prodigy watch. That feature of my blog is something that needs to be checked back in on ASAP, because a lot is happening over these last couple months, which prior to the World Cup, there was almost nothing.
He is Baron.
Alireza's ranking and age is pretty elite. He's one of the youngest. I'm blanking now on some of the details, but like he was neck and neck with Carlsen for top Prodigy in that kind of upper teens age range in my records by rating. There's a few people who did it back when ratings were lower than they are now, the inflation issue, but just by the raw numbers, it was through the age of around 16, it was Alireza, Wei Yi, and Carlsen were kind of neck and neck as a top three. And then really what makes Carlsen the most successful Prodigy of all time is what he did past that phase, and that he shot straight to world number one before he was 20 and just latched onto that number one ranking and has held it now for over a decade. And Alireza hasn't quite matched that, although he lost a year to a pandemic. So I'd say Alireza's fallen just slightly off the pace Carlsen set at the age where Carlsen was arguably most impressive at a Prodigy level. But also, I can't think, I don't have analysis in front of me. My database is closed, but I would be inclined to say that Alireza's the second best behind Carlsen around age 18, I think. I don't remember anyone else getting quite so high in rating. Wei Yi was, when I started the blog in 2015, he was the number one Prodigy. He was for a while, he was during the time I was really tracking it in 2015, 2016, keeping pace with what was then Carlsen's record and breaking records there. And he fell off a little. We talked a little earlier tonight about the whole concept of hitting plateaus and how players will often sort of level off somewhere for a while and then shoot way up. I mentioned MVL was someone who caught me off guard with that when I was just starting to analyze this, and I've learned
It's possible. I'm sorry. I'm clicking on a list of games. I click on Dritman, but he's playing a 15-minute game. Huh. Weird.
I don't have Dritman on my list of games in the tournament.
I do. It's kind of weird. It's fine. No big deal. Glitched out. Happens.
Yes, it does. But yeah, Wei Yi did seem to hit a little bit of a plateau. One thing I'll say, I track the Prodigies because it's fascinating, but I also think it's easy to overestimate how important it is to be like the best player ever. That's the interesting question. but at a given age. But people hit plateaus at different ages and then have breakthroughs at different times. Nepomniachtchi is playing for a world championship, and he wasn't in the top 10 ever in his career until very recently. He's the same age as Carlsen, so it doesn't even have to be a break. I mean, within a few months. Yeah. It doesn't even have to be a breakthrough at like 22, 23, which is a pretty common age for people to take another step, but it doesn't have to happen right then. It can happen even later, and all of a sudden you shoot into the top 10, and all of a sudden you're in the candidates, and all of a sudden you're in the top 5, and you win the candidates. And so that stuff can happen a lot later. And I see comments in like I saw comments in the Norway Chess broadcast chat today about like Alireza is going to be 2750 forever, and obviously because he hasn't gone from 2750 to 2800 in the past 6 months after his previous jump got him 2750 in the first place, someone was trying to say, oh, he's obviously never going to be the world champion. We don't know that. He could be 2750 for 5 years and sort of level off, and we could all kind of forget about the expectations we had, and then all of a sudden he gains 80 rating points as a 23-year-old, and suddenly he's 2830, and Carlsen's hitting his upper 30s, and all of a sudden Alireza goes from the guy we forgot about to number 1 in the world. And that could happen 5 years from now, 8, 10 years from now, even if he doesn't do it tomorrow. Or he might do it tomorrow. He might be on just a little plateau at 2750 for a year and then make another jump when he's 19 like Carlsen did. Mm-hmm. So we don't know who's going to do what. That's why it's fun to watch, at least I would argue. The general rule in all sports is it would be boring if you knew it was going to happen. I like to try to predict enough of it to give us some context to understand what it means when whatever happens. But people look for more certainty than there actually is in a lot of situations.
Right. Oh, that's a neat tactic. Oh, but it fails because of that.
And so I guess upshot of all that is I would say don't give up on Wei Yi either. He's 22 and ranked 25th in the world, and he's not really an elite prodigy anymore, but he's still ranked 25th in the world, and he's still only 22. And who knows when he'll catch fire again.
Right. I mean, didn't Nepo like stop playing for a while? Wasn't that his whole deal? He like worked on other stuff and then came back.
I don't know that he completely quit, but
he like works on like I think World of Warcraft or some other like something else.
It wasn't World of Warcraft, but he had an online game that was it Dota?
Dota maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was more competitive than World of Warcraft.
Because I'm looking at his rating chart. He hit 2733 ELO in January of 2011, and then leveled off, and he didn't hit 2740 until 5.5 years later. And then he sat around 2750 for a while longer, and it wasn't until 2018 that he finally got a little higher, and he never even hit 2780 until 2020. So there's a lot of paths to get to that, to just almost everyone, even the people that at the end succeeded, there's usually a spot where it looks like, oh, they're fading. I mean, that's just part of progress is not slow, steady, incremental for almost anyone. And Magnus was an exception. Right at that moment when most people plateau around 2,700. That's a really common spot to take a while, often years, to make the next step.
Okay.
And the biggest reason Magnus really came out as the uber prodigy is he was the fastest to go from 2,700 to 2,800. I mean, and that was the jump that he just sprinted through. And yeah, Carlsen's plateauing around 2,850. Does he have another jump in him? Probably not. He's probably too fast for another jump. He's probably stuck on this plateau for a while.
Well, when there's no one else to what's the word? To suck Elo out of. Like, what was his highest? It was like 28, almost 90? 28?
2,882. Because yes, they
To break.
have 2,700 chests up in another tab, because I always do. Yeah, I think he missed his shot at 2,900 Baron. That was back in 2014 that he made a decent run at it. He is wow, and his blitz peaked at 2,986 in December 2017. He was 14 points away from a 3,000 blitz rating. But he's back down to 2,892 now.
Wow.
Weak. Barely even better than the number 2 player.
By how much is he now?
He's 8 points ahead of Nakamura, who's the number 2 blitz player right now. And they've got a pretty big gap over 3 and 4, who are MVL and 51-year-old Vishy Anand. So, you know, maybe no one's too old for anything.
But wasn't it Nakamura who was actually number 1 until the last tournament?
Yep.
That he actually ended up winning but losing in Elo because they were tying up people.
I'm pretty sure you're right about that, yeah.
Ding Liren? I don't know. How old is he? He's a little older, right?
Ding's a couple years younger than Magnus.
Right. Well, still, I mean, I'm just saying, like, in general, like, in all that world.
I mean, I think Ding is right there with Fabi for favorite to win the next candidate cycle. He hasn't got, I mean, other than the fact that the favorites to win it are the people that have qualified already, because getting into the tournament is hard.
Yeah, I saw that. BGQ.
But without factoring in who has and hasn't qualified, I would consider Ding as strong a contender as anyone to get into and then win the next candidates tournament. He's a really great player who I think goes pretty heavily underrated.
All right, games are over for right now. Now, in about 10 minutes, we have Blitz or Bullet coming up. I hope you all stick around for that. Play right there. Now, remember, it's not late enough to make more bad decisions. Make one now. Play Bullet. Yeah, Chico, I knew it. I knew it. Same with the earlier game. He's so lucky that you ran out of time. It's not fair. It's not fair. Excuse me. All right. No, Ursus Polaris. Make bad decisions. Play bullet.
You know you want to play.
You know you want to play. You know you want to play. If I know anything, is that you want to play bullet. And if you want to hop in chess numbers and play a couple games, I can look at your games. And don't even worry about if I make any comments on them. They're unrated. So, whatever. Not even a little bit. Yeah, it's Ash. You were playing really well.
I think
Kostya, good night. Yeah, rest. I know you have. Are you still in St. Louis or are you back? Back tomorrow. All right, fly safe.
I mean, BG Cube, my plan to 2000, I don't really have any plans to write much about my chess playing. I am working on my game. My goal is 2000 rating by the time I'm 40, having turned 37 this summer. But I'm still trying to figure out the right ways I can make meaningful progress. The biggest thing is I don't have tournaments to play in right now.
All right.
I can't travel with the kid, and we don't have tournaments in Eugene.
What about online? Can you just go for an online rating of whatever?
I don't care about online ratings at all, and it's hard to play productively when you don't care.
Yeah, but it's still something, you know?
I am playing online games when I get a chance, but one of the challenges of my improvement plan is I don't have large chunks of time when I can focus. I get long chunks of time for chess at night after my wife and the baby go to bed when I'm exhausted. And
that's my life. How old's the little one, by the way?
17 months.
17 months. Are they? Where are they?
Starting this week to learn the names of the chess pieces.
There you go. That's what I was doing with my kid.
He's at the stage where he loves pointing at all the pictures in the books and having me just say what it is and pointing at them over and over again. So he got his hands on Chess Master versus Chess Amateur, which has a diagram on the front, and he really liked pointing at the rooks.
So Rook. Yeah, he loves that one. That's one of his favorites. Thank you for the follow, Maximus Jupiter. I've been sleeping on the couch downstairs for the last month essentially because my wife, we just had a new baby. So my wife is upstairs with the new baby, and if she ever brings him to bed to like breastfeed, I'm afraid to like turn over, and I move around. I move a lot when I sleep. So I've just been sleeping downstairs. So the other morning, my son comes out of his room at like 5 a.m, and he's like, Papi, read, and like hands me a book. So I read, and to him, I'm like, all right, it's really early, but whatever. So like I read him the book, and I finish the book, and then he like stands up, and he's like, Papi, read another book. I'm like, I'm tired, and then. He like, Papi, read chess, and he like threw a chess book at me.
Don't mind if I do.
And I was like, I'm really tired. I can't. My volume's low in comparison. Okay, I'll fix that. So I'm gonna lower your volume a little bit so people have to raise their volume to hear you. That's my best solution.
Fair enough.
Your 7-year-old corrected you when you said horse? Wow. Baron, are you playing? Baron, peer pressure. Kin MG Win. Thank you for the follow. Time to train, old man. Pretty much. No, I'm right here. Colors with Scott. It was Colors. That was the first book. It was about colors. He's two and some change, and he pulled out a book that I was reading to my 1 month old baby, and one of reading. We were going through it. It's like a color book shape. It's meant for really 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 young children. So yeah. It looks like you're the only teen here. No, we have lots of young folk here. All the cool hip kids are here. Don't worry. Are you playing? Did you want to play or no? Chess numbers.
I'm not gonna play. I'm having fun talking.
There you go. That's fine. Get off my lawn. I can't wait. Seth, you have no idea how much I can't wait for that. It's unfortunate that where I live, it's really hard to get a nice lawn. It's California. We're always in a drought. And B, well, you can't really afford a lawn. But I really want to scream at kids, just like, get off my yard, kids! Get off my lawn! Young hooligans. Oh, that was Google thinking I was talking to it. Seth hates Bullet. A minute until Bullet starts, everyone. Oh, let's see what it deleted. Oh, that's funny. BG Cube, it doesn't allow. I can't even override it, but it doesn't let me post links, or like you can't post links. Seth is wise. He did the numbers on this because he likes math, and it's not worth it. To him. 1-1 is pretty much class. It's pretty much the same. I play roughly at the same skill level.
1-1 and 1-0 are very different games.
No. 1-1 versus is pretty much classical, is what he said. And I said, yeah, that's pretty much. I play at the same skill level.
I mean, you can be bad at both of them, sure, but
yeah, I'm awful. I'm awful at chess.
Aren't we all?
My goal is to reach roughly. I don't know, not roughly. My goal is to reach 1,700 by the end of the year. I'm not gonna make it probably on chess.com. Hey, Sir Mac Twitch, thank you for the follow. Oh, Bazooka Joe, thank you for the follow. Look at that. That reminds me, I haven't seen Alexa Morningstar in a while. Wonder how he's been. I am roughly 1,200 right now, and my goal is to get to 1,700. I have a lot of work to do. I need to play more and sleep. It's actually amazing how much better I play when I sleep. It's great.
Yeah, it really helps.
It's a shame that I get like an average of 4 hours of sleep at night. So 17-month-old, boy or girl?
Boy.
Boy. Do you mind sharing the name?
Ben.
Ben. See, my wife and I actually wanted Ben for our second child, but one of her friends ended up picking that name about a month before we did, and we couldn't do it. And it's not so much that we wanted the nickname Ben. We wanted the nickname Benji, and it's actually we didn't even want Benjamin. We just wanted Benji.
The nickname Benji was our biggest hesitation about the name Benjamin.
Really?
We decided we were okay with it ultimately.
I think it. I think it's. I like it.
I do too. When I say we, I mean my better half was not completely sold on it, but she's coming around. Grandpa's started using it, and it's cuter than she expected.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. First game's up, or first games are up. Um, honestly, it's really hard to comment to
What is this
provide
time differential?
commentary for this.
16 to 40? Blacks can't be down 20 seconds.
Sure, you can. You've ever watched my bullet games? I'm always down 20 seconds.
I didn't
At
mean
least.
it's not possible.
Oh no! Oh, what's going
Different
on?
version of the word can't here. Yeah, okay, Gump's looking real good with the clocks and the material advantage. Not seeing any counter threats.
Oh boy! There it is. It's happening. It's starting. Oh man, both of these players are insanely high rated. Thor Biddles is here. Yeah, that's exciting. So my child's name is Sebastian.
Good name.
Yeah.
Guess how we picked a name?
Fortune cookie. No, I'm just kidding. How'd you do it?
Spreadsheets.
Spreadsheets, of course. Of
Built
course.
us a spreadsheet that let each of us rate like everything on the top 1,000 names list, and made us rate them a whole bunch of times because what matters is that you consistently like it, and then did like a arithmetic mean on that and used that, and then averaged our ratings against each other and used that to give us a short list.
Right.
So we had like that's how we narrowed it down to like 4 or 5 options before we went into the hospital because we were having a huge problem coming up with boys' names we liked.
Did you know the gender or the sex prior to?
Yeah.
BG Cube. Sebastian. It's yeah. Yeah, we didn't know the sex of the first kid, the first son. Yeah. Oh, this is rough. Oh no, you can still do it. You can do it. You could have done it.
It honestly made it so much less effort because trying to talk about names when we just had feelings about them and no real data on which ones we really liked, that was what was stressful.
It's super stressful because they're gonna have this name for the rest of their, you know, life. And yeah, Baron, I believed in you. I want you to know that. Oh no. Wait, you did a 50 move draw in bullet? That's just your fault. You should have just risked something. Wow. That's amazing.
Increment and bullet. This is your fault, Scott.
It is. It is. It's okay. I'll take the blame. But yeah, the second so the second child we knew, and we were able to name him ahead of time, which is nice. This is protected. You can take that.
Well, even with the short list, it was real hard for us. Ben was 2 days old when we actually
Okay.
came up with the name because we needed to pick something to get out of the hospital.
Oh, really?
Uh, we knew what our short list was, but we couldn't figure out which one of them was right for him until like we got to know him, and then
Even then,
he just had those first 2 days he had this one kind of like face where he scrunched things up, where he just like he looked like a Benjamin in that moment for whatever reason.
all right, I like it. That works.
It was hard, yeah.
For us, we had a couple of names. We had a couple of girl names that we picked out, and 2 boy names, and yeah, we just kind of went with it on the first one. And when pretty much as soon as he was born, we kind of just decided on it. And then the second one, we actually waited a day and a half, a day and some change to give him his name. Like, we weren't sure, and we named him Nico.
Nice.
Yeah. Or Nicholas, without the H. Ooh, ah. Should have accepted it. Come on. How do you not accept someone's attempt at a Stafford? I just accept it because...
Get Machiko's game up.
Chico's game up?
Zach, move.
No.
Ooh.
No. Michiko, you had it.
Had to trade the bishop for the pawn. Though, with these clocks, well, you gotta move. Ah.
Move.
Oh.
Move.
It was... letting the bishop go would have been okay if you got the pawn for it. Ah, man.
I mean, here with this threat, I would have gone there, right? Yeah, bishop g4.
Yeah, bishop g4, and then
bishop g4. It's protected, and then as soon as that steps forward, sack.
Yeah, sack bishop for the pawn when it pushes, and then march Harry.
That was such a good game, Chico.
Great game. Keep talking about those rating upsets. I wanted to see 1200 hit so bad.
Renek says he's slow. Aren't you like 1800, Renek? Nah, it's bullet. Loses a pawn, but who cares? It's bullet. Ooh. Move the knight. Just move the knight.
We're looking at Machiko's game again. We had got a big material advantage, but missed a even bigger possibility.
You got this, Machiko. You got it. Do it. Do it. Okay.
Ace.
Oh, there it
Okay, now take the queen. Bam!
Ooh. There it is.
This has to be the win.
That's it. You got it. You got it.
Oh, it takes protects the knight. Just
trade.
play.
Just trade. Just trade.
The only way this goes wrong is when you freeze trying to figure out what the conversion is. Gotta make moves. Bishop c3, bishop. Even that, you're up enough. Yeah.
Oh, I like that. I like it.
In.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Move.
That's a good one. There you go. What? What are you doing?
You still take the bishop. You're still
Take
winning.
the bishop. Take the bishop. Take the bishop. Now move, 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 move. Don't
Gotta
even worry
increment.
about. Don't even worry about any pieces.
Fine.
Just move, move, move. You got it. The king can't get in.
Oh!
Oh!
Moving checks to build time, and you repeat.
Oh!
Oh.
Yeah, we saw that. Like, it
That
was a
rook
little.
to e2 to e3 was obviously mouse slips. I mean, I just felt bad to that.
Like,
That was-
you obviously tried doing it twice too. Good game. Only move, right? I think. I don't know. I'm wrong. I'm awful. I'm bad at this game.
What do we have? Thora.
Is that not? That's not the move. I don't know.
Two bishop pairs staring down the board. Uh-oh. Knight c5.
Oh.
Ooh.
So much easier when you're not playing.
Just liquidating. This all looks pretty clean. There it is. Nice win.
Wow. Oof. Rough.
Rennick and Machiko are prepared again. This one looks
Let's do it. Let's do it, Michiko.
that just ended.
Alright, we got Philidor Soul versus Gump Forest. About to end, though. About to end.
Time scramble
Oh,
and
wait.
checkmate in the middle of the board.
Wow. With,
That's quite the mate.
yeah, with losing material, or with less material.
We get there.
Lanbalactic versus Alex Babal. Babel. That is a mate. That was a very nice mate. Probably should look at it. It's too late. Baron, I am. Well, no, I'm not. But yeah. I'm looking forward to it. If that, if that's the same thing. Excuse me.
I feel like the 994 is hanging pretty good so far. Up on the clock all of a sudden.
Yeah, I mean, not bad. It's good. Not taking. Why not?
Do something.
Would you have taken? I don't know if I would have taken. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe I would have taken. I don't think I want d5.
Surprised d5 isn't being played. Oh, hit the queen.
Don't like that. Don't like that.
This kingside's getting a little uncomfortably open. It's a question of, well, the clocks are
Should have
becoming.
just taken it. Could have just taken it.
It's defended by queen or rook. Oh, white gets the access to the G file, but no, doesn't do anything with it. Queen G3 there, though.
I don't necessarily think it's threatening, but
Yeah, king can hide because the wrong bishop. Oh, we miss Michiko's win?
no. Who did you
I kept
beat?
checking, and it's so close, and then I get distracted by one game, and
Renek, you got this. Don't disappoint me. I know you were mad about it earlier. Thor Biddles, I'm also rooting. You guys are both nice. I'm rooting for both of you. So. I think Renek is just trying to pretty much beat him on time at this point.
It's a much less efficient strategy in 1-1. You're gonna have to.
Oh, Thor Biddles, you got. Don't let the time run out.
Resignation? Yeah, okay. That's mate. I tend to be in the never resign camp, but I guess mate in 1.
I don't know. I've missed a lot of maiden ones in Bullet, so.
Why not have them play it? But ooh, we got Gump and Alex, Battle of the 2000s.
Oh, oof. Oh, oh. Ah, so many checks.
I like the mate pattern with that knight helping out.
I do. I do. I do. All right, what are we doing here? Ooh, this is a fairly close game.
Except on the clock.
Oh man, yeah, but look at the rating difference. This guy doesn't need any time.
I mean, we all need time, even.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Although.
oh, I see. There.
Can they win on the increment? Because they're winning on the board. And building clock.
And it's done.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, why do it this way? You couldn't just have moved your king up.
I mean, it works.
Oh, and a second queen. And a second queen at that. I don't know. in those positions, I generally just try to simplify. If I'm winning entirely, to me, a more simple win is better. I'd rather like end up with a king and a queen than end up with a king, queen, bishop, 16 pawns all on the board. I'd rather just have my two pieces where I can checkmate you and that's it.
Good night, Neve.
Good night. Good night, Neve. I didn't know Neve ever slept. Trade queens. There you go. Boom. Why not? We're there. F3. Take it. Oh. That's a problem.
And this looks pretty cozy for black now.
Maybe they'll forget about it. Ah. All right, let's do this. Come on, Thor Biddles. Get him.
Alex is sitting in first place on a 6-game win streak, it looks like.
I think Thor Biddles got him though. Oh no. His knight has a spot. His knight. Wait. Oh wait, I thought Thor Biddles was black. Oh, Thor Biddles, I thought you were black. I was rooting for you, but you were the wrong color. Sorry. Shrek. Pretty much. A FIFA, Rob. Thank you for the follow. Yeah. Saw that right here. All right, let's see. Pretty even game so far right here. We have Thor Biddles versus Renek.
Looks like an actual chess position.
I was thinking, I was like, this looks real.
You could actually get this in a chess game, not just bullet. White's got some nice pressure, though.
Ooh.
That's not good. Was coming for the king, but then a queen presented herself, so.
I do like that these are unrated. I feel people could just try all sorts of weird stuff and not care. Michigo's playing again versus Chess A00. I always forget Chess A00. Who is that? Who is that in chat? All right.
Going for the liquidation.
Don't let him bully. Don't let him bully Michiko. I like it. That's a good move.
Nice hitting.
Sure about that one.
Equalizing. Get that knight back.
Should just. I think he could have just taken the pawn earlier, right? Ooh, there it is.
Yeah, that a7 pawn could have been taken at one point.
No.
Ooh. Yeah, defend it before you try to break the pin, though. Still falls, but. And now liquidation looks pretty good for black. See the conversion.
Keep chasing it. Keep chasing that knight. Don't let it get away.
Look at that knight dance. Finally got a pawn with it.
Don't let it get away. Don't let it get away.
Are there other pieces on the board, or is there only a king and a knight?
There's only a king and a knight. I like how Chess A00 decided to put the pawn on A5 simply to anchor that knight so she would stop chasing it.
Oh man, that was.
You thought it was trapped
Trying to catch a horse in an open
in
pass.
A3 here.
But there's a queen on the board now. Which... And that'll do it.
That will do it. I mean, here, here, here. And then there.
Then king c2.
Yeah.
And squares. And
It
then
was
king
trapped.
b2's coming.
It was trapped. Alright, Michiko. I want to see you destroy this feller.
$20 up already.
Don't love that move. Actually, it's not bad. It's not bad.
It takes.
Oh.
Know that you needed to sack that exchange, but the clock.
Oh no. No.
Oh, don't hang the bishop. You're gonna need that bishop. But still the clock. Oh, without
But still the clock.
that ends the clock.
Yeah. That's an interesting checkmate. Baron, we're going to be learning about this checkmate probably.
Alex is down 33 seconds to 11 with a 10-game winning streak on the line.
There.
We've seen Alex play on the increment before. Now rook versus bishop. Speed.
Those pawns, though.
E1 gonna find a blunder, or are we just gonna draw this? There it is.
Oh.
It's enough to break the winning streak.
Need another beer. I know. That was close, though.
38 points. In the second place in the standings is Renek with 25. See if Renek's closing that gap.
Poopy sandwich, that's it. You're done. You're done. You need to play chess ever again. I think that's the rule.
Yeah,
Honestly,
beating a 2000 pluses are the end boss. Once you beat one, the game's over.
I think I would have taken.
Pick up something else. Wait.
Yeah. All right.
Oh no, Renek stalemated.
Oh no, Renek, welcome to my life.
Hey, it's Daster.
Daster. Oh no. Anyone? Can anyone ban him? This Hi, Daster. I'm just kidding. How you doing? Hey, it's just numbers. Mashiko. Yeah, sometimes though. Sometimes he kind of deserves it. Put it this way: Chess Kids banned him. Chess Kids.
You got banned for a PayPal joke? I don't think I knew that backstory.
All right, tell us the PayPal joke. I'm curious why you got banned. Let me rephrase this. Are you gonna get banned for saying it here?
Yeah, I want to know what this joke was.
Renek, the challenge for this game is to get all of your pawns on the e-file.
Halfway there.
So you can't say it on here? Did you tell people to send you money via PayPal? Look, if I had the chance to ever put all of my pawns in like one file, like I'm talking about not like 8 because that's impossible.
You could just call their neck out for not beating Philidor Soul, and they got paired with Philidor Soul in the next game.
Ah.
And
Oh man. Oh man. Oh, it's funny. That's funny. That's so funny. That's hilarious. And to this day, David couldn't get you unbanned?
That's a pretty weak ban if you didn't actually give a link. I mean, yeah, also maybe not a particularly consequential ban, but
You don't care about Chess Kid. Daster, you should go on there and just beat everyone on Chess Kid and just make them feel bad, you know? And to the point that they start losing business because they're losing to you too much. And then be like, it's me, unban me from your Twitch channel. That's how you do it. Alright, Michiko. You got this. Boom, right there. I don't know if that works, but probably not. Probably wouldn't. Yep.
There it is.
Yeah, I marked it. As soon as I saw it, I marked it. Why, you asked? Because I missed that very move in one of my bullet games last week, and I was very angry at myself.
I was a little surprised I had time to see it before the 2000 played it, but also the clocks allowed a double check.
Yeah. G-Dog Casey. What's going on, G-Dog Casey? I remember one time I played Bullet in one of these that I set up, and there was not a single person that was under 1500. And in Bullet, I'm like 800. It was not a fun night. It just wasn't a fun night. But you know, I set it up, so I kind of have to play sometimes.
Right.
Oh man. Whew. Was that a missed tactic? No, that wasn't a missed tactic. That was a get your queen out of the way tactic. Oh no.
I missed the tactic that was available if they were willing to hang their queen for it.
Wait. But I want you to think about this. Technically, white had a passed pawn. Technically. So I don't know. It's a pretty even game.
Pass pawn's compensation for like how many points of material? 12 or so?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, in some positions, yes, but
Oh man. Oh man. Hey. Nice. Dude, I didn't even congratulate the people that won the last arena. I feel rude. I feel rude. Man. The sorry. The difference in like, I don't even know. This is just how well these guys play. Like the 2,000 players are just, it's crazy. Uh, that's cool. So are you any good at bullet or blitz?
I'm around 1500, little under in blitz right now, little over in bullet, but trying not to play much of either.
It's bad for your normal chess.
I mean, yeah, I don't learn enough. I do try to look back at the games when I do play them and at least glance at my openings. So occasionally it's a way to learn a few new lines that I need to look at, but I'd rather do more tactics problems than play bullet.
Sure.
If I think I've improved significantly, then I'll come back and play a couple marathons of bullet and blitz to see if my rating comes up as a measuring stick. But it's definitely a lagging measure, not something I try to use to improve.
Oh, he's queen. There you go. Oh. Oh, wait, no. I was rooting for Vernek again. Vernek, I always have you switch with colors. Oh. GG's, Vernek. You were doing incredibly well. Yeah, I know. I understand, Dasher. I'm the same. Yeah, it's bad for your chest, but that's all I have time for these days. Is puzzles and bullet. Or I could play.
Yeah, when Ben was younger, I might have played a lot of bullet. I will acknowledge that.
I could play. Just exhausted at night. Renek, you're not bad at all. What are you talking about? Renek, you're doing great. You messed up one move. That's it. It happens. It's blitz. It doesn't even count. And actually, it's unrated. It counts even less.
It literally doesn't count. Alex playing with fire on the clock again, pretty much as always.
I think it would have gone there.
But shouldn't matter now.
Interesting. It's a cool find. See, like, look what he does. Just finds that move, you know? Just finds those moves. I can't find those moves. I'm confused. think this fails tactically? Or did it?
We've gotten a fair number of games between the 2000s, Daster.
It was requested that I stop looking at their games. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh! I think the move here.
Dang.
I know. The move here is rook c8. Right? Rook c8. That makes things tricky. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, rook d8 then, and 2 pawns for the piece. But I'd rather have the piece.
I mean, this is a pass pawn, and that's a pretty far pass pawn. Yeah.
Rook d8, rook takes, bishop takes, pawn push, and then you can just bring the bishop back to e4 if nothing else.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm bad at chess.
Yeah, I don't think c3 is best because it can be stopped, but also, I mean, the point is, yeah, you've got an extra bishop that you can just plant in front of that pawn on b2 or on c2, and then you just bring your king in, like the jokes taught us.
Well, Stockfish 10 disagrees with us all. Thinks it's king f8. I don't know what we learned there, but we also know that white is completely winning, but that's beside the point.
That the point was white's winning because the only thing they have is an advanced passer, and they can't run it up with c3 because of bishop e4. That doesn't mean c3 was the best move for black there, but the fact that it fails is the point of the position. Doesn't look like Casey's gonna.
I'm sorry. Doesn't look like Casey's gonna. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Casey, don't take it too personal. He's been beating everyone down today. He's been beating everyone down.
Though Gump closed to within 9 points of Alex in the standings, but with not enough time to close that last gap, I don't think.
That game just finished. No, there's time for probably one more game. 1-1, 2 minutes and 40 seconds left. Let's go. Finish. Move fast. And if you're not winning, just repeat a bunch of moves that don't really do much for you. That's a strategy. Oh, I don't know. I wasn't. Maybe he disconnected. Excuse me. Do it.
Me both.
Oh. I got excited. I feel like that should just really be annoying. You're not getting that piece out of there anytime soon. Yeah. Oof.
Those 2 pawns. That's pretty straightforward, I think. Looking desperately for what could be a swindle idea.
So close. One tempo away from it.
Oh, we ran out of time. That's
All
how you
right.
win that game.
So I don't know if anyone knew this. But Alex Babal, or Babel, won this. I don't know if you knew that Alex was good at chess, but now we know. Yeah, destroyed. 10-game winning streak at one point. Gump Forest, saw some of your games, played it amazing. Renek, you're third. See, you're not bad at chess. Saying that you were bad at chess. Babal? Alright. Wait, what? Mishiko, thank you for the 200 bits. A Ryan and non 2K5, thank you for the follow. What's going on, Baron? Baron, yeah, you and I are doing a different kind of show next week. I'm thinking either you want to do it on Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday night. Oh, Gump. You're Gump? Hey, Gump, it happens. Lose to an 1100. It happens. Yeah, you got first and second. Nice. But what was I gonna say? I don't know. Nice, Dritman. Nice, congratulations. What are you at now? All right. Well, Baron, we don't have to do. If you're gonna be 1654, woo, that's awesome. Baron, if you by the way, chess numbers, you don't have to stick around with this. I'm just chatting with chat.
I mean, chatting is what I would be doing.
Yeah, congrats, Tripman. Baron, if like I'd love to do it Monday night, but I also want you to get some rest and stuff for your OTB, and I don't know if this is gonna be good for you to be staying up for or whatever in order to and then have to do an OTB over the next day. We can All right, we'll talk. We'll talk. I'll probably message you on Discord or on here. Who knows? Is a classical tournament possible? Oh yeah, we run them all the time. We have one going on right now. There we go. All right, so the championship thing is just an idea. I can let chess numbers talk about that, but
Yeah.
Rohit, just 1 second. Chess numbers. That link that I just posted on there, the top link would be the one that you're looking for yourself right now. We run chess. We run classical tournaments. So take a look. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, the championship thing is definitely still just an idea, but because we have a variety of tournaments we run regularly at the dojo, everything from casual blowing off steam things like Friday Night Fights through the classical tournaments that Scott just talked about, and a whole variety in between, rapid tournaments, all sorts of options. The concept is to try to put together some sort of scoring system across all the tournaments, some sort of Grand Prix points formula or something, and use it to seed people into a championship event, little invitational. And there's a lot of details to still work out. It's just something a couple of us in the Discord have been chatting about. And today we finally went ahead and asked Kostya, would the senseis be interested in it, and got it confirmed that they are interested. So it's time to do some more work on those details and try to figure out what it might look like and hopefully implement it. But it's not anything that exists quite yet, except in our minds.
Yeah.
Or there's Daster's answer, if you prefer sarcasm, which I usually do.
Wait 1 second.
Nah, what if there's rain?
But yeah, right now, yeah. Sorry. Nordovik, way to answer me. I sent him a message a while back and he never answered me.
I like how you're completely silent unless you're
Sorry,
saying
I'm
something.
trying to. Maybe I'm gonna see.
No, I don't think we've needed to use one yet.
If they are gonna be streaming for a while.
Uh-huh. This is... Yeah, we haven't needed to use one yet.
That's a good sign.
Mm-hmm.
Night Thor?
All right.
I
Well,
mean,
good
that
night,
would be
everyone.
Sick, yeah.
Hi, Scott. Thanks for having me on.
Serious.
All right. Well, great. Thank you all for joining me this evening, and have a great one. Take care.
I like how you're hovering the piece over the square for a second or two to give us a chance. That's good.
Thank you all for joining me. There you go.
Good night, everyone.
There it is. Hey, man. Thanks for joining me.
Yeah, absolutely. That was fun.
Yep. Look at this nice chess position.
Oh
you got.
my god,
Thank you
Chess
for the
Dojo
Dojo.
Life! Thank you so much.
All right,
for
man.
the
I'm gonna go to
ride.
sleep. Have a good night.
I need to
Hey,
do too.
thank you.
So
I have to wake up early
doing
tomorrow morning
right
so I can
now
watch
is-
football.
I'm gonna be woken up early, so.
I will be woken up early whether I want to or not. So catch you later.
All right. Take care. Bye.
I just want to keep everything contained ends this room? I probably butchered that. I can't. Yeah, so basically, each of them gets to say "So Epiphany" twice during the game to alert me to things.
Like there's a moment where we want you to
Yeah.
think.
Wait. Hi, Agnetism. Again.
So Epiphany.